Hey everybody, hope you're having a good Sunday morning. It's Sunday the 17th, I think it's the 17th of November. This is my latest update. Last week was a pretty eventful week. Spent a considerable amount of time at the Norton's Hospital where I'll be having my DBS surgery. On Monday, I underwent what they call the psych evaluation or psychological evaluation. I'll speak to that in a minute or two. Then also on Monday and Wednesday, I had physical therapy and speech therapy. And then on Thursday, a group of us from the support center met with several folks from the Norton system, Dr. Shields, Dr. Sun, Lenny Myers, Yvette from the MS group, and Brittany Cook. I'm not really sure Brittany's title, but she's involved with what's going to be called the Norton Neuroscience Institute. It's a new building they're building over there. They shared the floor plans with us, told us what their hopes and aspirations are for the Neuroscience Institute. Just immediately, right offhand, we're struck by the additional space compared to what we have now in what they call the Cressman Center, where the rehab activities all take place. All the therapies, physical, occupational, speech, all take place. They're doubling the floor space there and making it more open and airy, and floor to ceiling glass, let the sunlight in, all that good stuff. So it looks exciting. I know the therapists are really looking forward to getting in there. So, like I say, I mentioned I continued my therapy, trying to get me in the best shape possible leading up to the surgery. The psych evaluation on Monday was a lot of puzzle type tests, short-term memory, near-term memory. The administrator would read me a sentence or a short paragraph and then ask me to repeat it back, and then 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, out of the blue, asked me to repeat it again, and then asked me questions about short stories they had read to me. Visually, there was some cognitive testing as well. One, for example, involved three colored blocks, red, green, and blue. And on the first page, it was just squares, blocks, red, green, and blue. And you read the color out loud, red, blue, green, blue, red, from left to right and down the page. And then the second time we went through, it wasn't blocks, it was actual text. And it would say red, and it would be in red font or red ink. And the blue would be in blue, and the green would be in green. Then on the next page, it would have the words red, blue, and green, but they were not red, blue, and green. Red might be green one time and blue the next time. Blue might be red one time and green the next time. And you had to go read them left to right and down the page for the word. So if the word was red, I was supposed to say red, regardless of what color the font was. It was interesting. Going down and doing that. And then I got to speak with Dr. Foley, the psychologist, for about 20 or 30 minutes afterwards. And he asked me, just like everyone else has asked me, what do you hope to get out of the surgery? And I said, I'd like to get more on time and less off time. And I also expect my tremors to be minimized, reduced, or hopefully eliminated, at least for some period of time. So he explained to me, or asked me, why I thought psych evaluation was necessary for the surgery. And my assumption was that they didn't want to perform the surgery on anyone that may be showing signs of dementia or perhaps depression. And he said, well, that's true, but the real reason is if somebody is electing to have brain surgery, they want to make sure that they understand and are making a good decision. Because not too many people have elective brain surgery. Usually, when you have brain surgery, it's a life saving operation. So, before you walk in and say, I'm ready for you to drill a couple holes in my head and put some wires in my brain, they want to make sure that you're doing it in the right frame of mind and your expectations are aligned with what the surgery can actually deliver. DBS isn't going to cure Parkinson's. Hopefully, like I say, it'll reduce my off time and increase my on time. Another benefit would be if take fewer pills. That would be a benefit as well. And just have a more stable existence or operation, bodily operations during my waking and hopefully sleeping hours. We'll see how that goes. So on Friday, the team met and they gave me the thumbs up. Neurosurgeon, neurologist, psychologist, all the therapists, the test administrator. They meet once a week on Fridays and go over all the open cases. And mine was reviewed last Friday. And they called me Friday afternoon and congratulated me that I had passed and if I wanted to continue to go forward with the DBS, they were happy to perform the surgery. So next up, I'm meeting on Tuesday afternoon with Dr. Rao, Abigail Rao, who will be performing my surgery. I've seen her speak a couple of times about DBS. I've talked to her on the side as well about DBS and some of the procedures she has performed, as well as the equipment, the device that I'm wanting to use. I'll be one of the first patients that they'll be implanting the new Boston Scientific device, which allows for greater flexibility in programming the pulses to the areas of the brain that are impacted. I won't go into all of that. It's just the newest technology, newest available technology. It's been used recently in UK, but not anywhere in Louisville yet. So I may be the first, but I'll definitely be one of the first. What else? Some folks, I do want to say thank you to people who have reached out to me via Facebook or telephone or through friends of the support center, offering to share their experiences with DBS with me. They've been overwhelmingly positive. Unfortunately, there have been a couple of individuals who didn't have great experiences with DBS. It didn't really help, and in one case, they suspect it may have exacerbated some of the patient's symptoms. I don't know the medical details. I just know from speaking to folks if they would basically do it again. And so far, everybody I talked to said, yeah, they would do it again in a minute, except for one person who unfortunately didn't have a great experience. So one thing I do want to mention is going through the vetting or evaluation process as an unexpected, I don't want to say side effect, but an unexpected benefit to me is it's really made me confident going forward about the DBS surgery. The time and energy and effort that the people at Norton's have put in me so far and will continue to put forth for me has made me very confident in my decision to go forward with DBS. I know every surgery, anytime you break the skin, you open up the possibility of infections or bleeds or anything of that nature. and you can look up all the statistics you want. If you're the 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 1,000, it's a tragedy, but hopefully, the odds are overwhelmingly in my favor. And as I've said in some of my writings, as well as some of these updates, DBS is as close as you can get to routine brain surgery. So having met and spoken with all these folks and continuing to work with all these folks, I feel good about going forward. So I'll speak to Dr. Rao on Tuesday and maybe get a date on the calendar. I'm looking for early next year, after the holidays, but early. I do want to travel. Our grandson is graduating high school in May in Moab, Utah, so I want to get the operation and any tweaking and therapy and programming and all that stuff done, hopefully before we go out there in May. So that's my timetable. Thanks again to everybody who's talked to me along the way. I'm sure we'll continue to chat. As I have updates, I'll post them. It'll be kind of quiet for the next few weeks. Not a whole lot of events going on, but once we get close to the surgery, the frequency will pick up. So take care. Hope you have a good rest of the day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.